All right. So in an earlier video, we talked about this area under the curve here. The rectangles that go below the x-axis, they actually count as negative area, right? So how do we know for sure that that's actually what's happening? Why is this not counting positively? Well, it has to do with the height being measured from the x-axis upward, right? So when we plug in any of these values between -1 and 1 into the function, we end up getting a negative f value, which means that the height of those rectangles is actually negative. So let's see how this works out computationally. We'll do a quick left endpoint sum for these. Right? So here, we had the function x squared minus 1 from -2 to 2. And let's see how this works out with the left endpoint sum. Right? So what we got to do here is we got to compute delta x, which is -2 minus -2. And here we want to cut this into 4 pieces. So this will be 4 over 4, or 1. All right. And then L4 is going to be, let's see here. We're going to get delta x times, we're doing left endpoints here, so we start at -2. And then to get all the other endpoints, all the other left endpoints, we add this number here, delta x, to -2 until we have all 4. So we get f of -1, f of 0, and f of 1. Right? And if we compare that back to the left endpoint stuff for the graph, that should make sense here. We have one of them determined by -2. This next chunk here is determined by -1. The next chunk here is determined by by 0. And the last rectangle, which is flat here, would be determined by 1. Right? Let's go ahead and go back to the computation here. Right, so delta x is 1. And f of -2, so we plug that in up here and we get 3. Plus, if we plug in -1, we're going to get 1 minus 1, which is 0. Plus, if we plug in 0 up here, we're going to get -1. And then f of 1, plug that in, and we get 0. Right? And so here we're going to have 2. Right? So in this case, the overall area is still positive in this case, but we can see that, this third rectangle here is going to be 1 times -1, so the area is going to count negatively towards it. Let's again look one more time at the picture here. Right, so this one counts as 3, this one counts as -1. So the estimated area we get is 2.